Can you have work experience without having work experience? Hi, welcome to Money and People podcast. I'm Henry, looking at the people side of business. And today, as we had promised, we will be looking at career pathing. Basically, this is to help people find their way from entry level right up to the top of the ladder. For this particular session, however, we will be looking at our friends in secondary school, those individuals not yet decided but want to make it in life. These are people at grade 9 or 10 level. What we find in industry is that one of the most important pieces of information is your grade 12 certificate. Most people tend to overlook this over a diploma or a degree. However, no employer in an organization of value is going to recruit you without having the grade 12 certificate. And so we cannot overemphasize the importance of having that particular document. Going deeper into it, we know everyone is smart, everyone passes. We've been seeing so many 6 and 8s and 8s. It is, however, important to have the right subject combination to help aid you through your pathway to whatever it is that you want to become. And so in this particular aspect, we always encourage our friends to invest as much time as they can into research. Know yourself, create a level of self-awareness, and also research on the different careers and what you need to do to get there, starting from the same grade 12. Do you want to be a scientist or an engineer, an accountant or an economist? All of these things require different subject combinations at grade 12. And so it is important that you get the right ones. How do I achieve this? It's always easy to approach a friend and say, guy, I need some help and this and that. And while our friends have well intentions for us, they're not qualified or competent enough to give us the correct advice. So in this particular manner, the encouragement is for you to approach a professional. One place you would go is a college or university, the dean of students' office. Those individuals carry a weight of both academic as well as industry experience, and they do have a lot of know-how, and they've been exposed to a lot of these things to be able to give you more accurate information than a friend or a random person would. And also they carry the gift of authority as well. When they speak, they know what they're talking about and they can back it up. So put on your bucket list to visit a school, a university or a college. Speak to the dean of students. Tell them exactly what you want to become and be vulnerable. Be open about your strengths as well as your weaknesses, and they'll be able to give you objective advice based on their understanding of the conversation that you've had with them. So investing in that level of research is very, very important. And once you have had that conversation, it could be a once-off or meeting multiple times, depending on their availability and also just your level of satisfaction. You may not be satisfied the first time and you may want to consult other professionals, and that's perfectly fine. You can do so. After you've done that, you now look at the subject combination and also see how well it aligns with your strengths and where you want to be. Once you get the right one, you're halfway there. Sometimes there will be a requirement to be a bit stubborn. Sometimes schools tend to be inflexible to certain changes that you would want to make. This reminds me of a time a friend of mine in high school wanted to do engineering. However, the class he had been placed in was more oriented towards social sciences and the administration refused to move him. He was very, very stubborn, I can give you that. And he took on extra courses, technical drawing or geometrical and mechanical drawing, as you might call it. And so at grade 12, he actually had more papers to write and he was successful. He got very, very good grades and progressed on. 20 plus so many years fast forward, and this person is a very, very high ranking official in one of the roads departments, the biggest roads departments that we have in the company. And as friends, we're really, really proud of him, having seen the pathway that he had taken. So bringing it back, you may want to be a bit stubborn on that. After you have invested in your research, you have had your self-awareness, you have picked the right combinations. The next thing, which is very important, is to study. You have to put in the work. There is no substitute for hard work. You have to study as hard as possible. Some people talk about fancy things. I do YouTube and this. That's okay. If you don't have that facility or cannot afford it, nothing wrong with that. The traditional means of going to a library or picking up a textbook and still being able to study are still as effective. So you need not worry about somebody who's in a position of wealth more than you and you do not have anything. you can still do it, and you can still do it better using the traditional methods. Once you study hard, as hard as you possibly can, break in the night, waking up in the morning, just do it. And also seek help all the time. Some subjects will be very, very hard. Go and consult friends, teachers as well, such that they may help you. The ultimate goal is to get the highest grades in school. Once you accomplish that and it's under control and you're still in school, you have to go to the next level. That is issues to do with collaboration. Form meaningful study groups. These will not only make your work easier in school, as the whole is bigger than the sum of parts, that's one, but also it is a starting point of collaborations. Even in industry, that is what you're going to find. Teamwork is what makes the dream work in any organization. So why not start discovering it, learning it, and mastering it while we are still young, so that it becomes a part of you. So learn how to collaborate, learn how to work, live, understand people, and also be empathetic. Be a giver as well as a receiver. It's important that the team is cohesive. You might even take the lead in ensuring that the team is cohesive, meeting on time, delivering assignments on time, and so on and so forth. That's already leadership that we're talking about. Once you achieve that as well, there are extra activities you can engage in. In school, we had sports, we had anti-drug enforcement, we had culture clubs, and so on and so forth. We also had JETS. JETS is and Olympiads. Those are very, very important groupings for you, especially those who want to go into science, math, and engineering. They make your work so much easier, and you're exposed to a lot of like-minded people who have sometimes more experience than you do, but you're going to leverage off not only yourself, not only your peers, not only your teachers, but also different other groupings of individuals who want to achieve the same. The other beauty about the two, JETS and Olympiads, is they do have competitions, quizzes where you can participate, win, get certifications. Those are going to help in your CV. Once you start putting those, they're bragging rights. Very few people, and take it from me, very, very few people did Olympiads and JETS. So you already move yourself towards a very, very small group of elite people. And it's free. All you have to do is be committed and be available, participate and work hard. The next thing, in those cultural groupings, you can aspire for roles. They usually have structures and hierarchies. They have presidents, treasurers, and so secretaries, and so on and so forth. You would want to aspire for those appointments either by direct appointment or election. But what that does for you is that it helps position yourself for organization as well. Because remember, an organization is a social club, just that there's a bit more money than in school. But the principles are the same. You will have meetings. You will need to work with people, some that you like, some that you don't. It is what it is, but that's the nature of an organization. So as well, you might as well start early enough understanding the ins and outs of organization by taking leadership roles in the different organizations in school. So once you do this, know where you want to be through research, investing in research, studying as hard as you can, collaborating with other individuals, and being part of social groupings over a consistent period of time from grade 10 to grade 12. That's quite a long time for you to actually have experience. And those are some of the things you're going to start putting in your CVs. And this is particularly important once you go into an entry-level job. I've done a lot of interviews in the past, and when we're interviewing for entry level, we do not expect you to know what a company is like and so on and so forth. There's certain sets of behaviors and accomplishments that we look for, and we're able to identify how somebody will be a job match based on what they have been doing in the past. So start early, start fast, and you will make it. You will be more successful, and you will have more leverage than someone who didn't, do well in school, for instance. But we encourage people to do well always. And also somebody who just studied, because study alone is one component, very important, but it only takes you so far. Being able to be part of the team, part of an organization, understanding teamwork, empathy, leadership, emotional intelligence, and such things are much, much more critical to you growing up that organizational ladder, and they make it easy for you to do work. After all, management is getting things done through other people. So if you have been doing it and you putting the work, do not be a slave driver, please. And with you putting in the work, chances are you're going to be extremely successful in your path of success. This is Henry from Money and People podcast, wishing you all the best. We'll be presenting subsequent topics, but we thought that it was important to start from the very foundation, which few people talk about. So we hope that this has been helpful. We have come to the end of the video. And also, once you secure the job and you start making money, be it formal employment or other, and you wish to know how to save and invest, look out for our upcoming topic on savings and investments. In the meantime, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tell your friends to tell their friends about money and people. Until the next time, bye.